Harry Potter is one of my favorite stories ever told in cinema, and when I heard that they were making an actual good Harry Potter game, well, me and many other fans started going nuts over this revelation. Harry Potter is a mega franchise, and its popularity is so crazy that if you speak anything against the franchise, there would be a cult following of people with pitchforks and knives waiting at your doorstep. Seriously, this fan base is massive, and for good reason. The Harry Potter story is awesome, and the movies are freaking amazing. I mean, for goodness sakes, they even built a theme park for Harry Potter down in Florida. That's how popular this story is. But when Hogwarts Legacy first launched in 2023, it really did ignite a frenzy among every fan, including myself, for the wizarding world of Harry Potter. The excitement was palpable as discussions about house sorting, spellcasting, and Hogwarts exploration dominated every conversation. For many, myself included, it was a dream come true to finally experience the enchanted halls of Hogwarts in a video game format that was actually good. It was a game that was actually living up to the hype and giving audiences exactly what they wanted. But after playing this game, one question that has been circling my mind and many others is if this game still holds up till this day.
That's an interesting question.
Harry Potter games have always had a tough time with being good. I think the only Hogwarts game that did well was the Lego Harry Potter series, but other than that, we don't really have any good Harry Potter games for the wizarding world. But one company decided to rise to the challenge and to create something that was truly a spectacle to experience. And surprisingly for many, including myself, Avalanche was the company who made Hogwarts Legacy. And when I found out that they were the ones creating this game, I was kind of shocked over this. No offense, but they don't have a reputation for making big games like this. Well, actually, they don't have any track record of making games at this scale at all.
Oh, boy.
So this was already looking like it was going to be a flop of a game. Avalanche was a company that many people haven't heard of, and the only big game they did was Disney Infinity, so we didn't have much hope with the game. But then we started seeing leaks back in 2018 of the Hogwarts Legacy game, and it was actually good gameplay choices, and this started to turn many heads. These leaks for the game were shockingly good, and everyone started to have hopes for a good Harry Potter game. And this game was set to release in 2021, but unfortunately it was delayed twice, and eventually it came out in 2023. When this game came out, it nailed the gaming industry. Everyone bought this game, even players who have never even watched Harry Potter before. And Hogwarts Legacy made $2 billion in revenue. And this was a huge success for Avalanche, and they deserve it. But what made this game so special to me and every other fan? When Hogwarts Legacy was released, it initially captivated players with its immersive and intricately designed world, offering a chance to explore iconic locations such as Hogsmeade, the Forbidden Forest, and Hogwarts Castle itself. Each of these areas were crafted with lots of love for the Harry Potter universe, with hidden Easter eggs and lore-rich details that reward players through exploration. The initial first few hours of the game is where Hogwarts Legacy shines the most, showcasing the developers' dedication to capturing the essence of the Harry Potter universe, where every corner of the castle and surrounding areas seems imbued with magic and mystery. Especially the music in this game. It sounds exactly like music right out of the Harry Potter movies, and this was my favourite part about Hogwarts Legacy. And one of the best things about this game is being able to find areas that only fans would know about from the books and movies, like the Death Day party area from the second book of the Harry Potter series. And everyone who played actually felt like a student at Hogwarts Castle. And for a game creator, that is a huge success, to have players feel like the game is real to them. However, the game's world design suffers majorly from a lack of meaningful activities and a reliance on repetitive content. While the initial exploration of Hogwarts and its surroundings is captivating, players quickly encounter a series of copy-pasted elements that diminish the sense of discovery. Literally, that is what they did in Hogwarts Legacy, where they repeat the exact same Merlin trials, door number puzzles, butterfly puzzles, enemy camps, the exact same dungeon layouts, and balloon popping. When you first do these small activities, they're fun. I had a blast. But after you play it a few times, you quickly get bored of it. It becomes repetitive. And then you also realize as a player that unfortunately, the creators focused all their attention and time into these small activities. And what Avalanche should have done was condensed the world a lot more, getting rid of all the empty space and all these villages and towns that have nothing to offer, and instead focusing all of their attention on Hogwarts Castle, Hogsmeade, and the Forbidden Forest. These three iconic locations are the most important factors to a Harry Potter game, and Avalanche decided to focus on a huge open world that really didn't need to be there. For example, inside Hogwarts Castle, all you have are the butterfly puzzles and the door number puzzles, and maybe a few hidden dungeons, but other than that, there is nothing else in the castle. Yes, they do have Easter eggs, which is great, but they need to have more to the castle. Hogwarts Castle is a character. Same thing with the Forbidden Forest and Hogsmeade, so they need to focus more on those three iconic locations. And I know this is going to ruffle some people's feathers, but Hogwarts Legacy is the worst RPG I have ever seen in gaming for me. Despite this game having early promises of meaningful choices and impactful decision making, Hogwarts Legacy quickly reveals itself to be a linear experience with limited player choices, only creating the illusion of you having choices in this game. In the beginning, we make two significant decisions, selecting our house and choosing our wand at Ollivanders, and that was really good, and every single player loved those two parts. But other than those two scenes, we really had zero choices when speaking with other people, and we couldn't even influence any of the characters in this game. In fact, we weren't able to say no to certain activities that we didn't want to be involved with. For example, when we went to flying lessons for the first time, this Ravenclaw student asks you if you want to break the rules and go fly with him. But when I was playing, I didn't want to. I wanted to just follow the rules and not get in trouble. But I had no choice and I had to fly with him, and then I ended up getting in trouble with the professor in the end. And I know that seems like a minor issue to be miffed about, but this issue happens multiple times throughout the game, and it just breaks the immersion for you as a player, especially when it comes to learning the dark arts and performing them in front of people. Nobody cares. The teachers don't care, other students don't care, and using these spells don't get you locked up in Azkaban. Why does nobody care? It makes zero sense. We should have had more options when it came to our moral choices. That way, if players wanted to run a dark playthrough, they could. And if you wanted to run a Googie Two-Shoe playthrough, you could also do that as well. In fact, point system, a well-known thing in the Harry Potter story, is not even present in this game whatsoever, which I was kind of surprised about because this is a well-known thing and it would have made the game so much fun if they actually added this feature. Imagine if you had a point system and by the end of the game we could have either won or lost for our house depending on our actions and how well we did that school year. This would change the game and make the game so much more immersive, incentivizing us as players to want to replay the game over and over again to just get different results. In the past, it seemed almost impossible to make good combat in Harry Potter games, but somehow Avalanche figured it out and actually did it amazingly. Hogwarts Legacy. Nice. You even get to customize your loadouts with different spells, giving you the creative freedom to actually go crazy in this game. And if you set up your loadouts in certain ways, you will get multiple different combos that just feel so freaking satisfying. The only problem that was annoying was fighting the bosses, and that's only because it felt like I was shooting at a wall and getting nowhere with that. It would have been nice to see limbs flying off and blood splattering, but it's not the worst thing and is just a minor issue I had with the game. But one big question is the story. How is the story for Hogwarts Legacy? Well, the story is just kind of mid. The story just feels like a chore to get involved with. The game is focused on a magical world-ending thread, and in my opinion, it's just too much for this game. It seems like there was no build-up to this major threat and it was rushed. The creators should have focused more on a grounded story with characters rather than a world-ending threat. When you look at the Marvel movies or the Harry Potter books, they were all grounded stories, but would eventually build up to a major climax battle. But the reason that worked was because we had time to get to know the characters and the world and the villains, and we slowly got up to that pace. But another thing that is kind of crazy to me are the side quests. How is it that the side missions are more fun than the actual main story? And this is what I meant by grounded storytelling. Literally, the best parts in the story were the side missions with Sebastian and Omnis. Oh my goodness gracious, I can't tell you how much fun I had with these missions. Going into the dark dungeons and discovering the dark history and lore about Hogwarts Castle and learning dark magic and breaking the rules, going to our classes and getting to know our peers and our professors was also amazing, making me wonder why the heck aren't these side missions more in the game?
A good question for another time.
Oh, come on! But if there's one thing I do know, Avalanche or some other company will 100% be making a second game to Hogwarts Legacy or a spin-off game, because Hogwarts Legacy is just way too successful and too many people loved this game, and it's amazing. It's a lot of fun. I had a blast. Everyone had a blast. But there's obviously some things that they need to focus more on in the future installments. But at the end of the day, does Hogwarts Legacy still live up to the hype, or was it just all nostalgia? In my opinion, Hogwarts Legacy is going to be a very fun game for any Harry Potter fan, including myself. But unfortunately, it is a mediocre game hiding behind the world of Harry Potter. And I don't think it is a game that people will look back at on how it changed gaming, like we see with other video games that have changed the gaming world. But anyways, if you enjoyed what you heard, make sure to subscribe to see more content like this. And I'm gonna go now because I'm tired of talking. See ya.